Hello, today I'll be talking about the Banqiao Dam failure of 1975. In 1975, a massive Category 4 typhoon named Typhoon Nina hit China, stalling over the area where the Banqiao Dam is, causing the dam to break due to the heavy precipitation it dropped. While August, when Nina hit, is the peak of typhoon season, it was unusual for the hurricane to drop this much rainfall in one area, and it's because it stalled over the Banqiao Dam for 3 days, dropping heavy rain. The Banqiao Dam area would end up getting around 1.5 times its yearly rate of rainfall in that 3 day span. This would be called a 1 in 2,000 year flood event. Thousands of square kilometers in the region were impacted, with a 55 by 15 kilometer wide area having all the buildings and people in it wiped out. As humans contribute more and more to climate change, with China being one of the worst offenders, this ends up being one of the anthropogenic factors that will contribute to increasing the frequency and magnitude of flooding as dangerous as the Banqiao Dam failure was in China. Around 11 million people were drastically impacted by the flooding. Some estimates say that casualties were around 230,000 people, while the rest of the millions were trapped by the waters and had to rely on airdrops since disaster relief workers couldn't reach them. This flood interrupted many of the people's daily lives in the region for the month of August, as most of their infrastructure and food sources were devastated by the heavy rain. The Chinese government said around 140,000 deaths were from the post-storm epidemics and famine alone. The economic cost of the flooding would end up totaling around 513 million US dollars. The dam has been rebuilt with better standards and safety mechanics in place since 1993. The community hasn't necessarily placed any restrictions itself on the flood control device, but the Chinese government as a whole took the Banqiao Dam failure as a sign that they should restore and reconstruct many of their dams, which is still a project that they are working on to this day. The areas that were flooded have quickly been repopulated as China became a global power and quickly increased its population. The people there don't really plan for flooding anymore, as China has upgraded their dams a lot, and really the only dams that still have problems are the really small ones hidden throughout the country. Thank you for watching.